Ever wish there was like a magic decoder ring for the financial world?
Okay.
We're about to hand you one.
Right.
Today's deep dive cracks the code on a new development in India's insolvency scene, the VRN.
Okay.
And no, it's not a new cryptocurrency.
So it is about bringing a new level of trust and transparency
Yeah.
to a system that can sometimes feel like its own secret language.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
We're talking insolvency and bankruptcy in India.
Right.
Specifically, a stack of official circulars from the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, or IBBI.
Right.
They're the rule setters, the referees, making sure everyone plays fair when a company can't pay its debts and faces potential closure.
And we're looking at their own words here, straight from the source, no secondhand interpretations.
Which is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because imagine trying to track a package without a tracking number.
Right.
That's what it was like before with these crucial valuation reports.
Yeah.
You know, the ones determining a company's worth in these situations.
Exactly.
Right.
And without that clear trail, things could get messy fast.
Oh, yeah.
Disputes, delays, even opportunities for manipulation.
Yeah.
Not ideal when you're dealing with real money and livelihoods at stake.
Right. Because getting an accurate valuation is make or break for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
And that's where these registered valuers, these RVs, come in.
Right.
They're the ones with the expertise to assess a company's assets in these high-stakes situations.
Precisely.
Right.
Their analysis carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Which is why this new system is such a big deal.
Yeah. Because it's all about bringing those valuations into the light.
Yes.
We're talking about Circular IBI RV 75 2024, issued August 12, 2024.
Okay.
Mark your calendars, folks.
All right.
This is where things change.
No more guesswork. No more wondering if a report is the real deal.
Yeah.
Every single valuation for insolvency or bankruptcy cases in India now requires a unique VRIN.
It's like a product getting its own serial number.
Yes.
Suddenly it's trackable, verifiable.
And that's huge for anyone involved, from creditors to potential investors.
Whoa, so no more shady dealing slipping through the cracks.
It'll be a lot harder.
This sounds like a game changer. How does it work? Do these VRINs magically appear?
Not quite magic, but close.
Okay.
The IBBI has created a dedicated online portal.
Oh, wow.
RVs generate these unique numbers for each report, making them instantly verifiable.
So picture this. You're a lender.
Right.
And you want to make sure a valuation you're looking at is legitimate.
Okay.
You just punch in that VRIN on the IBBI website.
Right.
And bam, confirmation.
There you go.
You know, it's the real deal.
Exactly. It's about building confidence and accountability in a system that desperately needs it.
Okay, so we've got these crucial reports created by specialized professionals.
Yeah.
And now India has decided to bring order to the chaos with the VRIN.
Yes.
But this didn't just appear out of thin air, did it?
Not at all.
Okay.
The IBBI has been laying the groundwork for this for a while. They've been tightening the reins on who can even provide these valuations in the first place.
So this new VRIN system is like the final piece of the puzzle.
It's a big piece.
Let's rewind the clock and see how the IBBI has been paving the way for greater transparency in the world of insolvency valuations.
Okay.
This is where our detective work truly begins. We're going all the way back to 2018.
Okay.
Picture it. October, the air is crisp, the leaves are turning.
Right.
And the IBBI drops Circular IBBI RV 019-2018.
Okay.
Now, this might seem like ancient history.
Yeah.
But trust me, it's the clue that cracks the case wide open.
What's fascinating here is that this is where the IBBI drew a line in the sand.
Yeah.
They essentially said enough is enough. From this point on, only qualified registered valuers can handle these insolvency cases.
So no more Wild West, anything goes valuations.
Precisely. It was about professionalizing the process.
Okay.
Ensuring that the people making these crucial assessments met rigorous standards.
Which makes total sense. You wouldn't want your car repaired by someone who just decided to open a shop one day, wouldn't you?
Right.
You'd want a certified mechanic, someone with the know-how.
Exactly. And they meant business.
Okay.
They gave everyone involved in valuations, even those already practicing, until February 1st, 2019, to get fully registered with the IBBI or risk being sidelined. Talk about a strong message.
It's like they were sending a clear signal.
Yes.
We're serious about raising the bar here, folks.
Accountability.
So we've got this push for qualified valuers in 2018.
Right.
Then, bam, VRN hits the scene in 2024.
Yeah.
It's all starting to add up, isn't it?
It's like watching a master plan unfold.
Yeah.
First, They establish a clear playing field,
Right.
ensuring only the qualified players are on it. Then they introduce a system for tracking every move, every decision,
Yes.
with pinpoint accuracy.
And that's where the real power of the V-RAIN system comes into play.
I think so.
It's not just about catching mistakes or preventing fraud,
Right.
though that's obviously a huge part of it.
Sure.
It's about the bigger picture, building trust and confidence in the entire insolvency process.
Absolutely. Think about it from the perspective of a foreign investor considering putting money into India.
Okay.
They see a system where valuations are transparent,
Right.
verifiable, and accountable.
Right.
And suddenly, India becomes a much more attractive prospect.
It's like the difference between investing in a company with audited financials versus one that keeps everything under wraps.
Exactly.
You know what you're getting into.
And that transparency can have a ripple effect throughout the entire economy.
Oh, wow.
Potentially leading to more investment, more growth,
Right.
and a more robust financial system overall.
So this seemingly small change, this 6-letter code, could have far-reaching implications for India's economic future. That's pretty incredible.
It just goes to show sometimes the most significant changes start with a simple idea and a commitment to doing things right.
Right.
But as with any significant shift, some big questions are still looming.
Like what happens with all that data the IBBI is now collecting?
Yes, exactly.
That's what we'll delve into next. The potential benefits and, dare I say, the possible drawbacks of this new era of financial transparency. We've talked about the V-RAIN system as a tool for transparency, for accountability.
Yeah.
But it also creates something else. It's
okay.
a treasure trove of data.
Lots of it.
It's like the IBBI just got handed a giant, high-powered financial microscope.
That's a great analogy because with this data, they can zoom in on trends, on patterns we might not even be aware of yet.
Okay.
It's about moving from simply reacting to problems to getting ahead of them.
Okay, so for those of us who don't geek out over spreadsheets, what's an example of how that might play out in the real world?
Imagine the IBBI starts noticing that a certain type of asset, let's say manufacturing equipment, is consistently being overvalued in insolvency cases.
Right.
Armed with that data, they can issue more specific guidance, maybe even update their training materials for RVs and ensure everyone's on the same page.
So it's like a continuous feedback loop.
Exactly.
Constantly improving the accuracy and reliability of valuations across the board.
Precisely. And this data could even help them identify systemic issues within certain industries or sectors of the economy.
Oh, wow.
It's about seeing the forest and the trees.
No, that's what I call proactive policymaking.
Right.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Of course.
Are there any potential downsides to this data gold rush?
That's a great question. One we should be mindful of. Data security, for instance, becomes paramount. This V-RAIN database contains sensitive financial information. And it's crucial that the IBBI has robust safeguards in place to prevent breaches or misuse.
Because the last thing anyone wants is for this tool designed to increase transparency to become a target for hackers. Or a source of leaks.
Absolutely. Transparency is crucial, but it needs to be balanced with protecting sensitive information. That's a tightrope walk the IBBI will need to navigate carefully.
It's like the old saying, trust but verify.
Here you go.
We trust that the IBBI will use this data responsibly, but we also need to stay vigilant and hold them accountable for safeguarding it.
And that's where informed citizens like our listeners come in, understanding these systems, asking the right questions. It's how we ensure that progress benefits everyone.
It's like we've all been handed a piece of this puzzle. And the more we understand our piece, the clearer the whole picture becomes. So to sum it all up, we've gone from a world of paper trails and whispered rumors to one where every valuation, every assessment has a digital fingerprint.
And that fingerprint, that V-RAIN, has the potential to reshape not just the insolvency process in India, but maybe even the investment landscape as a whole.
Who knew? 6 little letters could hold so much potential. We started this deep dive wanting to crack the code of the V-RAIN, but it turns out we've only just scratched the surface.
It's a fascinating development.
It is.
The real discoveries will come as we see how this system plays out in the real world. How it's used, how it's challenged, and how it ultimately evolves.
And that, my friends, is the beauty of a good deep dive.
It is.
It's not about finding all the answers. It's about emerging with even better questions.
Absolutely.
So keep those mental gears turning.
There you go.
Stay curious And remember, knowledge is power, especially in the fast-paced world of finance.
Absolutely.
Until next time, happy diving.